with Gloria. Today I want to share with you a very delicious pickled cauliflower that I know that you guys are going to love. In Spanish we call it escabeche. It's just the vegetables and it's perfect when you make it at home and you know what you are adding to your escabeche. So let's get ready. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. These are my ingredients for this delicious escabeche. I have allspice, black pepper, table salt, oregano, bay leaves, garlic cloves, cauliflower, zucchinis, carrots, green onions, vegetable oil, distilled vinegar, and a jar. This is everything we need to make this delicious escabeche at home and enjoy it with our family. So let's get started. I want to start cutting my veggies, and I want to start with my scallions, with my onions. I like to take only the little part on the front of the onion off and then leave a little bit of the green stem on them. This is how I'm going to cut every single one, just like this. Before I even wash them, I'm just gonna cut them, and I'm gonna cut all my veggies just like that. Once you're done, you're gonna go ahead and cut it through the middle, making 2 pieces of every onion. I'm gonna put it in this little dish, and I'm gonna continue with my carrots. The carrots, I'm gonna cut the ends of the carrot, and then I'm just gonna peel completely all the skin off. We want to make sure that we remove the whole skin of the carrot. Once we've done that, we're going to start slicing it, making sure that almost all the slices are the same size. I'm going to go ahead and add them in the same plate. I am going to continue with my zucchini. My zucchini, I'm just cutting the ends, and I'm cutting it right through the middle, and I'm going to slice it. We want to make sure that all the slices are almost the same size so they all incorporate completely. So here, let me show you how they look. And now I'm going to transfer it to the same plate. I want to make sure and add everything here, because after we are done cutting everything, we're going to go and rinse them. Here I have my cauliflower, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all the bottom off, all the stems and all the center core of the cauliflower. We want to make sure that we remove the center core. We don't need to use that. So I'm just going to carefully be taking off the center core and then just pulling the rosettes off. Every flower, just pulling it off. It's so easy to pull it off when the center piece is completely off. Just pull it apart here. As you could see, it's very easy to pull it apart, and if there's any leaves, just take them apart and take them off. Here, I'm going to take a little more of the core off, and I'm just going to pull it apart. After everything is nice and pulled, I'm going to cut the flower in bite sizes so they're not too big when we're going to go ahead and enjoy them. This is completely done, and now I'm ready to rinse all my veggies, and I'm starting with the cauliflower
making sure that we rinse them very good through running water for at least just a couple minutes. Once you've done this, then just make sure that you remove the excessive water. This cauliflower is completely done. Now I am going to continue with my zucchinis. I'm doing the same thing, making sure that I run them through running water and that they all get nice and wet, nice and soaked. And then I'm just going to remove all the excessive water. This is completely done. Now this is the end. I have my carrots and my onions, and I'm doing the same thing. You know, this is a very important step, and we cannot miss cleaning our veggies, rinsing them out completely. Okay, these are completely rinsed, and I removed the water. I have a pan really nice and hot, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of just vegetable oil. I'm going to start with my carrots because, as you know, the carrots are a little bit more hard to cook. So I'm going to start with the carrots. I'm going to cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes, making sure that they are nice and cooked and they're almost getting a little tender. After the 2 minutes, you'll see the carrots changing color to a little more orangey. That's normal. Now I'm ready to add my onion. I'm adding it. Remember, you don't want to fry it. You just want to cook it for about 2 minutes. Now that the onion and the carrot has been cooking for about 2-3 minutes, I'm going to add all my cauliflower, making sure that I incorporate everything together, just like this. We're going to cook it for 2 minutes, and then at the end, we're going to add our zucchinis. The zucchinis, I like to add them towards the end so they don't get mushy. I want them nice and crisp when we are ready to enjoy this delicious escabeche. When everything is nice and incorporated, I'm going to start adding my bay leaves, my garlic cloves, my black pepper, my allspice, my salt, and my oregano. This is very important. The oregano is going to give it such a kick, such a delicious flavor. Remember that the salt is to taste. Now I am ready to start adding 2 cups of water, making sure that I really measure them, and then I'm adding 2 cups of vinegar. I am using distilled vinegar, but you could use apple vinegar, the vinegar you have at home. Once you add the 2 combinations of the liquid, we're going to go ahead and let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until it starts boiling. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we incorporate all the spices. Look at this. Everything is really nice and incorporated. You could see the bay leaves, the garlic, and everything really nice and incorporated. We're going to let it cook for just a couple minutes. When it starts boiling, that's when we're going to remove it from the heat and start adding it to our crystal jar. It doesn't take too long when you start seeing all those little bubbles right at the edge of the pan and then towards the middle. Make sure that you see all this little bubbling on the edges, and then you see the same thing in the center. Once you see it, then this is completely done and we need to remove it. We don't want to cook it for too long. Okay? It boiled completely right in the center, and now I am ready to transfer all these delicious veggies to my glass jar. I'm going to start adding a little bit at a time because this is really hot and I don't want to get burned. Let me move the pan just a little closer so I can add everything in here. I know that once you try, you guys are going to love this escabeche. Now I am ready and adding all the liquids in the jar. Look at this. This looks so delicious. Everything is so nice and fresh, and everything is getting so juicy with all the flavors, with all the spices. This is all already done. What I'm going to let it rest, put it in the refrigerator for until it's nice and cold, and then by the next day this is ready to enjoy. Now this is completely done and I am ready for the presentation. So I'll see you in a bit.
Completely done with my escabeche, my pickled cauliflower with veggies. This is a process, but believe me, this comes out so delicious and so tasty. I know that once you try, you are going to love it. It's gonna last in the refrigerator for about 30 days. And you could add it to your carne asada when you cook outside and you add a little bit of veggies. You know, this is gonna be just perfect. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share my video on social media. Why not? Share my video on social media so more people get to know Cooking with Gloria. Don't forget to push the notification bell, and if you did, leave it activated so every time I make a new recipe, yes, you are going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will stay thinking, what am I going to enjoy with this escabeche this afternoon? See you soon with another delicious recipe. Bye-bye.